Aloha everybody, and welcome back to another video with Kyle Astrology 1122. I am going to be continuing my series today for the sun signs for the Scorpio rising. I've already done Virgo and Aries and Taurus, I believe. So today I am going to be doing what it's like for Scorpio rising to also have a Cancer sun sign. What that mix and combination is like. Just to jump right into it, obviously they are both water signs. Cancer and Scorpio are both water, and the sun and ascendant kind of both ruling over areas of our life, our outer self, the self that the world really gets to see, unlike the moon sign, which is much more internal. This is a person who has double water, their sun and their rising, and they're both a different sign. This is going to be a person that highly identifies with emotion, because the rising sign being the self and the personality and our soul, right, and our path, is Scorpio. We already know that. So to have the Cancer sun with it, this is going to be a person that is extremely emotionally sensitive. Like Scorpio and Cancer are going to be regardless, but having that combination together is really going to amplify that. So kind of look at the different types of emotion that is, though. So the rising Scorpio, Scorpio is in the second quadrant of astrology, meaning that it's dealing with relational emotions. So Scorpio is dealing with those deep emotional connections, and the part of us that's dealing with sexuality and the more intense, complex parts of life, whereas Cancer is the first water sign, and so it's dealing with more personal emotions and things that concern like the home and our parents and the people that are really close to us and near and dear to our heart. Kind of the more obvious things that we're going to be emotional about. So Cancer is sensitive in a way that's very like, oh, you hurt my feelings, like, ouch, that hurt. And Scorpio has a bit of a harder exterior than Cancer does. But they both do have that crustacean type exterior. You know, Cancer is ruled by the crab and Scorpio is ruled by the scorpion, right? So they both have a hard shell, but it's a little easier to crack Cancer's shell than it is to crack Scorpio's. So kind of how this ends up playing out a lot of the time, more times than not, a Scorpio rising individual that has their sun in Cancer is typically going to have their sun in the 8th house. That doesn't always end up being the case. Sometimes it could end up being the 7th or the 9th, the way the house lineup goes, if they have interceptions and all that good stuff. But usually their sun is going to be in the 8th house, which for the Cancer suns with Scorpio rising that have it in the 8th, it's kind of intensifying like that Scorpio even more with having the 8th house presence going on with it too. But a big thing that ends up happening here is this is going to be someone that is intensely loyal. Scorpio rising is already loyal. A Cancer sun is usually pretty typical loyal in my experience. But this combination together, and having known a few people with this placement, I can attest to they are going to be with you till the end. These are people that they are honest, they tell the truth, they are... if they do lie, because everyone tells little white lies in life, right? If they do lie, it's typically going to be in a way where they're going to be honest pretty quickly about what happened and why it happened. There was maybe someone they were trying to protect, or someone told them something and they asked them to keep this information secret, even maybe from another person, because it was their personal thing to deal with. So they're never going to lie just for the sake of lying. And I say never, I mean, astrology is not going to be the end-all, be-all with certain things, but typically these are not going to be people that are going to lie to you. Now, that's on the higher octave. The lower octave of people that have this placement, they can be very good liars, and they might be the kind that are going to keep secrets and not always be fully honest with things, because they are both such an internal energy. And it is going to be a little harder for this combination to be extroverted and to show that side of them that is squishy, because they are double water. They are carrying so much weight and so much emotion with them that it is going to be difficult sometimes to, you know, be out in the world and to want to share too much, because they are a crustacean and they want to make sure that they are preserved, that they are kept safe, and that emotional world of theirs is kind of the compass that's guiding them through life. And they have this double edge of intuition, even more so than just one of these placements standing alone. just singular. So another thing that's going to be very important is the close relationships that these people have, whether it's their family, their friends, you know, a girlfriend, boyfriend, or marriage, whatever it might be, or with their animals, just any being that they are close with. It's like a ride or die type of situation. It's like, it's you, it's me, we're in this together, we're on the ride. And it's usually going to have to take the other person doing something really bad and fucked up and disloyal for them to really cut them off. Because yeah, the Scorpio rising usually is able to do that pretty easily, but having the Cancer sun with it, once they've really let you in, they want to keep you there. They don't just want to cut you off like the typical Scorpio rising does. They want to look at it and look at it from the connection that they have with you before it's just like, oh, chop, I'm done with you. All angles are going to be considered before they just decide to do that because of whatever significance they mean to them and you mean to them in their life. So yeah, that's basically really the main gist of the Cancer Sun and Scorpio rising combination. It's a really beautiful combination to have because of that extra water, and because them both being a crustacean, they get along very well. I would say, you know, having the Pisces sun with the Scorpio rising is going to be a little more of a dichotomy, even though they are both water signs, than having Cancer with Scorpio rising, because they both are very guarded, whereas Pisces is kind of blasted wide open, and so that going with the Scorpio rising can be a little more kind of differing. But the Cancer sun and Scorpio rising blend together very well. It's honestly one of my favorite placements. I've known several people that have it, and it just has a really nice flow about it, honestly, that double water. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope that this was useful and knowledgeable in some way. Please check out my website, linked down below, if you are interested in doing any type of astrology work with me and chart readings. I offer very discounted rates, and continue to check back for more videos in this series and just other videos to come. So thank you, much aloha, and happy transiting.